Okay, so are you ready to
Welcome to
jump into
War
the world
of
of
Wizards.
VR gaming?
In the
Always
next few
ready.
minutes, you will
Always
be
ready for
trained
VR.
to be
Yeah.
a
Let's do it.
wizard.
All right, well today we're going deep on this game. It's called War of Wizards.
Enemy
heard of this
minions
one.
are attacking our
Heard
turret.
of this one.
Destroy
yeah, and
them.
you know, it's really making waves.
Aim at the
Okay.
enemy
And it's a
minion
MOBA
and
game.
use your
But before we
staff
go any
to
further,
attack
are you
them
familiar
by
with
pressing the
MOBAs?
button A
Yeah,
on
so
your
MOBA
controller.
stands for multiplayer online battle arena.
Right.
So it's like you've got these two teams and they're going head to head.
Awesome.
They're trying to take each other out and destroy each other's
The magic
bases.
patterns
Exactly.
are
You know,
engraved on the
some
magic
popular
crystal,
ones are like
and the
League of
corresponding
Legends, Dota
spell
2.
can
Have
be
you played those?
released
I
by
have,
drawing
I've
the
dabbled,
magic
I've
pattern.
dabbled.
Yeah, they can be pretty intense.
Well, they're definitely
Let's
strategic,
begin learning the
right?
first
Like
spell,
there's a lot
Imperial
of
Instruction.
planning involved and
Oh yeah.
teamwork.
Magic
Yeah,
can be
definitely a lot of
cast by draw.
strategy. You gotta think
Good.
about your
Now,
positioning,
to
you gotta
release the
think about,
magic,
you know,
press
what
the
items you're
primary hand
getting,
trigger to
how
convert
to
your spell
outsmart
into
your
powerful
opponents.
magic
It's a
and
lot more
cast
than
it.
just clicking
Great.
buttons.
You
So this
successfully
game,
used
War
the
of
magic
Wizards,
Imperial Instruction.
takes that
Casting spell requires mana,
and throws
which
it
is
into the
displayed
world
as a
of
yellow
VR.
mana
Okay,
bar
yeah,
below
yeah.
your health bar.
which already
It cannot be cast
sounds
when the mana is
amazing.
Yeah.
insufficient.
But the real
Mana will be restored
mind-blowing
naturally.
thing is the spell
Additional
casting is
mana
all
can
done
also
with
be
VR
recovered by
controllers.
hitting the
Yeah,
enemy
that's what
mage
I've heard.
with a
That's what I've
normal
heard. So
attack
you're not
using
just like
controller A
clicking a
button.
mouse to cast a spell.
The mage
Right.
with the
You're
red
actually
health
using
is
your
an enemy,
hands.
and
Yeah,
is
it's
used
like you're actually
when the
wizarding.
mana
Oh,
is
wow.
insufficient.
Right, you're in this
you
world,
can normally
you're
attack the
moving your
enemy
hands to
mage
cast
through
these
the
spells.
defeat
Well, I
enemy
have to ask,
mage
like,
with the
is it really
fireball
that different
spell.
from using like a mouse or a traditional controller?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, some of these MOBA players,
Good.
they
Excellent.
have insane click per minute rates with a mouse.
Fireball
Right.
I mean, it's
requires you
crazy
to
how
aim the
fast.
controller toward the
Yeah, yeah,
enemy's
yeah.
position.
But I think what War of Wizards is
After
doing, it's
aiming,
adding a
press A
whole
to
new
cast the spell.
level, like a new dimension
Okay.
to skill expression.
Okay.
You know, it's not just about speed anymore.
Marvelous.
Right.
You know, like how
The
fast
enemy
can you click?
has
It's
been
about
killed.
precision.
Press
It's about
A.
technique.
Now the enemy
So
is
it's
waiting
more
to
about
be
skill
respawned.
than just like
Meanwhile, you
Yeah,
cannot
I
make any moves
I think
during
so.
the
Okay.
countdown.
Because like, if you think about
Use
it,
the
you have to
spirit to
actually learn
expand
your
our
movements.
advantage.
You're moving your hands in specific ways
right.
to cast these
Our
spells.
minions continue
you know,
to
and
charge
the
the
developers
enemy's
have to figure
magic
out all the
crystal.
motion tracking,
Help them approach and
the
destroy the
gesture
enemy's
recognition,
crystal
all that
to
stuff
win.
to make it work right.
If your
Oh, yeah.
crystal
So
is
there's a
destroyed,
lot going on
you will be
behind the
defeated.
scenes.
So you can't just like wiggle your hands around. You actually
The
have to learn
offensive
the spell.
spells you cast
Yeah, you gotta learn
cannot
the
do
spells.
direct
That's the
damage
fun
to
part.
turrets.
Well, that's really
Therefore,
Yeah,
the
and it
main
has to be
strategy of the
balanced,
game
too.
is
Right.
to
You
use
can't
your
have one
spells to
spell
help
that's
the
like
minions
super easy to
approach and
cast
destroy
Right.
the
super
turrets.
overpowered. It's got to be there for everyone.
Oh, that's a good point.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to break the game.
yeah, you don't want to break them.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about like the spell casting being really unique and being done with the VR controllers, but then you also mentioned that there are tower defense elements
Good.
in this game.
Oh, yeah,
Victory.
yeah. Which is interesting. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, so tower defense is basically you're building these towers, these defenses, to stop enemies from
Right.
reaching your base,
Okay.
right? And it can be pretty addicting trying to figure out the best layout for your towers, you know, upgrading them.
Yeah, like where to place them, what kind of towers to use.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So in War of Wizards, you're not just like dueling with other wizards. You're also having to think about your
Welcome
base
to
defense.
War of Wizards.
So you're juggling these two things at once.
Yeah, you're juggling. You're a multitasker.
Wow.
You know, one minute you're like flinging fireballs, the next minute you're like, oh shoot, I need to upgrade this tower over here.
Oh, man, that sounds intense.
It's intense, it's fun, it's really fun.
So it's like
2,
action and
1.
strategy all mixed together
Yeah,
in this VR world.
yeah, and I think that's a really cool
Good.
thing that
The
VR
minions have
brings to the
spawned.
table. You know, it's not just about the visuals, it's about how you interact with people.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, it's like, you're really there. You're really in the game.
And your actions, like physically in
Great.
the real world, are affecting what's happening in the game.
Exactly.
Right? Like when you move your hands,
Yeah.
it's actually like making a difference.
And you know what else they could do with this kind of technology?
First blood.
You know, like
Yeah.
imagine a stealth
Full
game
reward.
where you have to
Your
physically
team
like
has an extra
sneak
spell.
around
Oh, yeah.
and pickpocket people.
That would be so cool.
Or an action game where like your real world combat skills actually matter. Like, you know, if you're good at martial arts in real life,
You would have an advantage.
you would have an advantage in the game. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Good.
The possibilities are endless.
So it's not just about games.
Right.
It could be like training or education,
Yeah.
therapy.
I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to learn real magic spells in VR just yet.
You and me both. But
Good.
maybe someday.
Starting
Maybe
to
someday.
set common
But
spells.
I'm sure people are working.
Well, this is really, really interesting. Like we started off talking about War War of Wizards,
Yeah.
which is this MOBA game in VR.
Good.
But it's so much more than that. It's this whole new way of thinking about how we interact with games.
Yeah, and it shows how VR can be more than just like a visual thing.
Right.
You know, it can be about skill, it can be about interactivity.
I mean, it's really groundbreaking.
You know, spell casting and tower defense. It's a really unique
You
experience.
have destroyed
Yeah,
the
it's like
enemy
nothing I've
turret.
ever seen.
Good.
And it makes you wonder, like, how will this kind of VR design influence other games in the future? Will we see more of this type of thing?
I hope so. I think it has a lot of potential. And not just for
Great.
games. I mean, think about it. What if we could use this kind of technology to teach people new skills?
Or help them recover from injuries?
Yeah,
Or even just, like, experience things that they wouldn't be able to experience in real life.
exactly. We're just scratching the surface here. You know,
Yeah.
VR is still pretty new, but I think it has the power to really change the world.
Yeah, I
Good.
agree. This has been a fascinating deep dive. Really makes you think about the future.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what comes next.
Me too.
You have killed the enemy. Kill reward. Your team sends an extra squad of minions. Good. Great. Good. Great. Victory.